Hey, gang, when you're listening to this, the end of the season is really close, and we know you like to get gifts for your players and your coaches and everyone and anything in between. So, why not give your players an end of season gift that they'll actually use all year long? The Hockey Wraparound Team Deal is here, and it's saving the day. Yes, that's a pun. Let's do it. What's included? 10 hockey wraparounds, 2 goalie wraparounds. You can mix and match however you want if you contact us, but it helps to protect the expensive hockey sticks when playing off the ice so your kids won't destroy their hockey sticks. It also allows your kids to train all year round, especially in the summer. Shots, puck handling, we make it for goalies too. It is the ultimate off-ice training experience. All of this for your whole team, $199. That's a $500 value. Again, $199 divided by however many kids you have. If you need more, we can add them on at a limited price as well. Act fast. It's only available for a limited time. Check it out at hockeywraparound.com right now. Get your team covered for the offseason. We got you covered here on Our Kids Play Hockey. Let's dive into the episode. Hello, hockey skaters and goalies around the world. Welcome back to another edition of the Ride to the Rink. It's Christy, Mike, and Lee with you today. And we're going to do a little bit of an episode today about practicing like you play. But we're not just talking about effort today. We're also talking about opportunities with your equipment, with things that you want to try. We're doing this episode. This is fresh off of the new rules episode that we just did on Our Kids Play Hockey for the next season here. And one of the rules that we were discussing on there is that you all know you have to wear neck guards. Not only do neck guards next season have to be certified, but the three of us were talking about how you should be wearing that neck guard on the ice at practice. It doesn't make any sense to us if you're not wearing a neck guard at practice. And it brings us to the larger point of anytime you're at practice is an opportunity for you to, A, practice like you play. So if you have to wear a neck guard, wear it at practice so you know how it feels. But also, Christy, I'll throw it to you. You can try different neck guards. You can try different pieces of equipment there to get used to it.
Right. And kids, you're wearing these to protect yourself. It's really important. If you think about how sharp the blade is on your skate, and if one came close to your neck, how serious that injury could be. And that's why you're wearing it. So it's not just another piece of equipment to throw on just in case. It's there to protect you. Maybe the one that you have isn't your favorite. It feels uncomfortable during practice. Ask your parents if maybe you can try a couple different ones until you get a fit that feels good. It's going to be comfortable for you to play during your games, because it doesn't have to feel all, uncomfortable for you when you're playing. There are some neck guards that are made just like a shirt. Some shirts feel more comfortable than others. Give it a try, practice with it, because it's really important that you wear it, not just during games, but during practice too, because accidents can happen just as easily during practice as they can during games.
Well, and Christy, I'll say it, they're actually more likely at practice than games because you're getting so many more puck touches and you're usually way more engaged than in a game scenario. In a game, you're only going to touch the puck a few times. At practice, you're going to get 10 times as many puck touches. So just to reinforce what you're saying, Christy, it's actually more likely you'll get injured at a practice than a game with the type of injury that we're talking about. And then also, Christy, just make a sensational point here, right? Look good, feel good, right? Look good, play good. There's all these things. Kids, I always tell the younger kids that I coach, I can't feel your skates for you. I can't feel your gloves for you. So when I ask the kids, does this feel okay? Really take a minute and think, does this feel okay? I like I said, when I tie skates, I have no idea if I did them tight enough. I just do them the way I do them. So you have to tell us as coaches and parents if something feels good. Now, with that said, if something doesn't feel good, say something. I don't like the way my duster armor feels. I don't like the way my elbow pads feel. I'm not saying your parents are going to run out and buy you new pads, and they might say, well, those are the ones we have, so you're going to deal with them. Nothing wrong with that either. But practice is your chance to say, hey, look, I don't like these. You can also, this is one I would do, kids and parents are listening, you can suggest this. Maybe a teammate has a pad you can try on. If you don't like your elbow pads, by the way, kids, nobody likes their elbow pads. Okay, just so you know. I mean, anybody who likes their elbow pads. But you can try on different makes, even if it's just in the locker room. Feel around, right? Find what works for you. No two bodies are the same. That's absolutely normal and fine. But no two pads are the same either, right? Different makes, different models. And then I'm going to throw this to you, Mike, in a minute. But kids, don't get lost in the brand name of a pad either.
Right.
you're a Bauer guy or a CCM guy, it doesn't mean Bauer and CCM make the best pads forever in everything. Okay. Find the pad that works for you. You should be a Franken pad on the ice. You should have lots of different things that fit for you. Right, Mike?
Yeah. I mean, not to sound like a parent, but I am a parent.
Me too.
Just be aware of the fact that this is your time to experiment with sticks and tape jobs and what kind of, what kind of grip you're going to use, what kind of helmet you'd like. If you like this chin strap, that chin strap. I always suggest to the guys and the players I work with, get used to or find a brand of neck guard that's a shirt neck guard. Like you don't have to lose it. You're not, it doesn't. There's a lot of rules now in a lot of states where if your neck guard comes off, it's an automatic penalty. So just if you just get if you're 9 years old right now, listening to this, you're probably like, of course I have a shirt with a neck guard on. That's normal, isn't it? But if you're older, you might not. And I think so. Just understand that the shirt with the neck guard built in, and now they have all the cool, elbow areas and more Kevlar protection on the legs and the Achilles and all these other areas of your body that are open to cuts. Just use this time. If you're lucky, you're practicing, 2 or 3 times a week. It's a ton more time to try these things out than don't experiment on Saturday morning, 7:30 game. That's not the time to experiment. But you have all season, all spring, all summer. Use this time to your advantage. And I love Lee's suggestion. I mean, grab a different pair of shoulder pads, grab a different pair of shoulder pads, try a different pair of, shin guards. And the last thing I'll say, as far as, and maybe mom and dad will like this, it doesn't have to be the highest end of the price category. I've had hundreds of athletes I work with that don't get the top skate. They get the second or third one down. And it's because of the comfort level and the make and the weight and the ability for them to, it fits their foot better. So don't get into the mode of, I need the best piece. What I need is the most protected piece I like.
Yeah, and I'll add on to the Mike. That's such a great point. Listen, you know what skate you go with, kids? The one that feels the best. And listen, you can tell me the one that's the most expensive feels the best. If you want to do that, that's up to you. I'm telling you right now, I don't use the highest skate because the one that felt the best for me was 1 or 2 down from that. Now, listen, it's got to have the protection that you need. Don't get me wrong, okay? But what feels the best most likely is going to be what's best for you. All right. And again, same thing with sticks. I say this so much, players. The player makes the stick does not make the player. Too many of you are buying in to the annual upgrade of the stick that costs $400, which is ridiculous. If you are that good, you'll be able to do it with any stick. I'm not saying that the higher price sticks don't feel a little bit better. There is some improvement, but man, the best players in the world can do it. You can give them a wooden stick. They're still going to be the best players in the world. All right. Yes, they prefer a composite. I know that, but understand what I'm trying to say. Don't buy into the hype of that. The other thing too, and Mike is making this great point. What feels good is what you should go with. Try different things on. Try different shoulders. Try different shins. I mean, I know some kids are like really big shin pads and really small shin pads. What's nice about hockey is you can kind of craft your own equipment.
Right.
All right? And parents, I'm going to say this to you listening. Make sure you ask if it feels good. I'll give you a good example. Mike said this too. The all-in-one Under Armour Duster Armor with the neck guard, to me, those always seem to fit properly. I rarely see a kid wearing a neck guard that seems to be on correctly. It's sideways. I have seen some kids with the back of it in the front. It doesn't look at all comfortable. I don't know why you'd want to bring that on. If you they make them for adults, they make them for kids. Just get the one piece. You'll never forget it. The coaches don't have to check it. I guarantee you they are more comfortable than an external neck guard.
Right.
All right. That's where I would go. And again, goalies, you're obviously excused from this. Goalies should have a clavicle guard that's also serves as a neck guard. Totally different piece of equipment if you're listening to this. You do not need to double up. All right. That's one thing I would say.
Right. And kids, let your mom wash it. Okay. Because it gets stinky.
It's disgusting. Yeah. The neck guard is a stinky place. You should definitely wash that. We at least in my house, I can't speak for every family. We wash our Duster Armor almost every time they use it. I mean, maybe a couple. It depends how many games they have. Like if they have 2 or 3 days in a row. Yeah, just wash your equipment. It's not worth the bacteria, especially in the winter. Oh, we could have We'll do a whole nother Ride to the Rink on that.
Right.
You kids can be disgusting sometimes. All right. Gross. That's going to do it for this edition of the Ride to the Rink. Remember, kids, if you have any questions for us or thoughts, you can submit them. Accompanying this episode in the description, there's a link. You can click on that. You can actually text Mike, Christy, and I. It comes right to us. Or you can ask your parents to email us, team@ourkidsplayhockey.com. But wherever you're at on the journey, as always, we believe in you. You should too. Make sure to keep having fun. The game has to be fun, and always skate on. We'll see you on the next episode of the Ride to the Rink.